Gonna curse. What's up, good people of Earth? Thank you very much for clicking this video. You're wonderful, loved, and respected. Straight out of Africa with good vibes, lots of love, peace, forgiveness, and honesty as our message to the world. With the compilation of hot videos today, watch till the end, hit the like button, and leave your comment, man. Tell us where you're watching from. You are loved and respected. Let's dive in. Strange underwater anomaly of coast of California. Ha! Oh my god, possible base, what is this? Underwater anomaly. What? Oh my god. That means that is like something that is under the water and is creepy. Now that's really surprising. Now this makes me fear the large water bodies even more. Imagining that there can be such stuff there.
Jeff had recorded the birth of a lightning bolt in super slow motion. When played back, it shows a flash of light dart out of a cloud and zigzag downward in roughly 50-yard segments. This first stage of lightning is called a stepped leader.
You can see the stepped leader coming down here, looking for ground, going back and forth. You can see the tortuous channel that it's taking as it divides back and forth.
As this stepped leader gets close to the Earth, it has an extraordinary effect on objects on the ground. They respond to the strong electric field by growing positive streamers. These reach up anywhere between 3 and a few hundred feet above the ground, as seen in these rare photographs. Finally, when a stepped leader and a positive streamer meet, the electric charge can drain to Earth, resulting in the blinding flash of light we call lightning.
The entire field of view lights up. That's the main part of the lightning strike that your eye will catch.
The new generation of cameras has enabled scientists to record a strike that lasts just a fraction of a second and play it back over 200 times slower to analyze its detail. These super slow motion images show the stepped leader making a connection with the ground. The entire charge then drains from the cloud above, seen as a series of pulses. Using the latest camera technology, scientists are beginning to unravel the mysteries of lightning.
Trying to talk someone out of their negative behaviors is like trying to tell an alcoholic to stop drinking cold turkey. People don't change because you want them to. People change because they want to. And some people might never want to change. Some people might not think that they need to change. Some people might think that you are the one who needs to change. Remember, the person is getting something out of it. There is a need that it's filling for them. And sometimes those needs don't make sense. If you've been raised in an environment that was full of conflict, and now you have a home environment that's very peaceful, you're going to be craving that conflict. You're going to be doing things that are going to create conflict. You're going to be doing things to disrupt that peace. And for everyone, that looks very different. People don't change their behaviors while they're still getting something out of it.
Okay, Dad, you have two options. A, staying quarantined in the house with Mom, or B.
B.
Did Daddy do your hair? Are those zip ties?
Beautiful. It'll last all day.
Yo, this girl must open up a portal into another dimension. Let's see what he did. No, big up to all the parents out there. Much love to you, man. You are loved and respected. Huh. Oh man, what's happening? Huh. How is this even possible? Oh my god. Wow, 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 wow. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, how is this even possible? Oh my god, no, this is very scary. How can this girl
If you
do
drink hot
this?
water every morning on an empty stomach, this is what will happen to your body.
Let me explain. Yes, there may be so many benefits of drinking warm water, but the key word here is warm, not hot. Drinking too hot water or any other beverages can increase esophageal cancer risk. And here's the deal. Anything higher than 140 degrees or 60 degrees Celsius is too hot to drink.
So how do you know what your life number is?
You basically got to add up your birthday. What is your birthday?
313.
313, what year?
88.
313, 88. So we do the 3, 1, 3 is a 7. 1, 9, 8, 8 is 26. 7 and 26 is 33. So you're just like me, a 33 life path. What that means, you have influence over people. People actually listen to you and respect what the hell you're saying.
Wow.
You also work a lot. You're a hard ass worker,
Yo.
brother. 216, 217, that's when everything switched for you. That's when you started getting in networking mode. That's when it all started coming together.
2017 was, we got Forbes.
Wow, he predicted all that?
He just said it, bro. I don't know him. How do you practice that wealth energy?
8's the number of money, 20 is the number of wealth. So one thing you can do is, no matter what you're selling, you can price your products in 8s. For instance, 170 bucks. 17 is 8. 350 bucks. 35 is 8. As long as you price in 8s, it's going to attract more wealth, more money. And that's why Walmart is now pricing everything in 8.8, where before it used to be 9.9.
Wow.
Everyone can go to Walmart right now, and 5 years ago, everything was 9.9. Go there now. It's 8.8. That's because of me.
So we are just moving in. I'm literally, it's such a mess. I'm sorry, but we're moving into this old house. And my daughter has been talking to an imaginary friend, except for it feels really real. Obviously, it's an imaginary friend, but it's been weirding me out. And I'm wondering if something is triggering it or why it's happening. So I put this camera down and I'm just gonna let it run and we'll see. Hey guys, this is what the camera picked up, captured, whatever, a couple nights ago. And I'm freaked out. I really don't know what to make of this.
It looks beautiful and funny. What he was doing? Do you want to play? Do you want to? Do you want to sleep? Come on, please.
Somehow, the door.
I could give it to you, but what are you going to do with it? Spirit is saying to ask this question on multiple levels. the past lover who fumbled their access to you, the person who didn't see your value, who always compared you to basic Bs, only to discover you are an original. The friend, that proverbial friend, who was always comparing what they had to yours, who thought that they could measure up without the same effort, without the proper skills, only to resent you when your path opened wide. The family member who saw your genius as a child, but disregarded you because of your gender, because of your orientation, because of your abilities or your parentage. They threw away the one gift from Spirit to help your struggling bloodline. You know all these types that think they deserve a seat at your table, that profess to have had a change of heart, but they've never accessed you from that place. Because Spirit is pointing out here that inside every person is a character base, a foundation upon which they construct who they are, how they see the world, and how they get their needs met. Principles that let you know what they value, what they deem good, bad, palatable. You see, a worldview such as theirs rarely changes. They have stopped growing at a fundamental level where they can never understand your light, nor can they see it. So their only choice is to use it. So in this eclipse season, Spirit is advising you to clean your house, to sweep around your front door, to cleanse your head, and to shut the door firmly on these types, because they only bring chaos. They only know confusion, because they have much to learn and they are not your assignment. Okay.
Oh my God, stop! You gotta hear this story!
For saving a Jewish life during the Nazi Holocaust has returned his medal in protest of the Gaza assault.
Now listen to why!
Israel's Righteous Among the Nations Award for his actions under Nazi occupation in Amsterdam. In 1943, Zanoli smuggled out a Jewish boy and helped hide him in his home for 2 years. Despite Nazi suspicion, he and his family backed the resistance. Zanoli's father was executed in a concentration camp and his brother-in-law executed as a resistance fighter. But last week, Zanoli returned his medal to the Israeli embassy in The Hague, saying that Israeli bombings of Gaza had killed 6 of his relatives. His grandniece is married to a Palestinian man who lost 3 brothers, a sister-in-law, a nephew, and his father's first wife in a bombing of their home last month. Zanoli writes, quote, "For me to hold on to the honor granted to me by the State of Israel under these circumstances would be an insult to those in my family 4 generations on who lost no less than 6 of their relatives in Gaza." And Zanoli added, quote, The actions of your state in Gaza these days have already resulted in serious accusations of war crimes and crimes against humanity. It would be of no surprise to me that these accusations could lead to possible convictions if true, and unpoliticized justice is able to have its course. What happened to our kin in Gaza will no doubt be brought to the table at such a time as well, he wrote. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman.
The fuck? Free Palestine from the river to the sea all day, every day. Motherfucker.
Hi, my name is Grant, and this is a 1998 Ford Explorer Sport. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Ford's Explorer line, but they have a reputation of being horrible gas guzzlers. And I can actually attest to that. I did the mileage tests on my truck and found out that I was getting 13.6 miles per gallon highway, which as far as I'm concerned is absolutely unacceptable. Last year alone, I spent $11.4 bajillion on gasoline. Okay, I made that number up, but it sure felt like it. Well, I did something about it, and now I'm getting 56% better gas mileage, which translates to 56% savings in my pocket at the gas pump. How did I do it? My truck is now a water hybrid. Check this out. Well, technically, it's a hydrogen on-demand hybrid. What we have here is distilled water with 1 teaspoon of baking soda used as a catalyst. We tickle that water with 12 volts of electricity, and what it does is it separates the hydrogen from the oxygen. That gas is then sent into the combustion chamber, where I was formerly getting a 30% burn. That's right, in all of your gas vehicles, you only get a 30% fuel burn, which translates to 70% of your fuel, of your gas, comes out of your tailpipe. Now, however, I'm getting a 100% burn in my combustion chamber, which means a few benefits. Number one, after a couple hours of running hydrogen, it had blown years of deposits out of my engine. My engine actually idles so quietly in city traffic I can't even hear it. My torque increased, my horsepower increased.
Will we ever be able to travel faster than the speed of light?
The answer is no. The reason for that is that if you look at Einstein's theory, which are our best description of space and time, then the speed of light plays a very specific and important role in those theories. And what it does is it enforces what a physicist would call causality. It's kind of a big word. What does that mean? Well, it's actually meaning that cause and effect are always respected. So it's if I throw a ball of paint at that wall over there, and it smashes into the wall and all the paint smears over the wall, then you would think, well, it'd be a funny kind of universe if I could arrange things so I would see all the paint appear on the wall before I threw the paintball at the wall. Indeed, it would. It doesn't seem like a universe that would be logically possible. But if you can travel faster than the speed of light in Einstein's theory, you can reverse cause and effect. You could time travel into the past. You can do all sorts of nasty things. So it's very important. It's built into the fabric of the universe.
Things guys say when they're manipulating you into liking them. Oh God, I can't believe I'm exposing this type of stuff. The real players, they're never gonna approach the body's question just because they don't want it to be reversed onto them. And if they find themselves in an emergency situation where the question is reversed onto them, they will tell you around 20-ish, because they understand that anything less than 15 sounds extremely unrealistic. Too high is gonna make them undesirable. They know that. So they give you an answer that is a little bit on the high side, but not extreme. Number two, he's gonna present himself to you in a way that makes it seem like the most enjoyable time he has is being spent at home. What do I mean? He's gonna convince you that he likes being at home more than he likes being outside. The truth of the matter is, if he's a pretty boy, if he's a player, and you know, you feel it in your insides if he is, he likes being outside. Why does he like being outside? How can he get eyes on him or attention if he's not outside? Number three is really gonna hurt my soul to say out loud, but I'm gonna say it anyways. He tells you that he doesn't like thirsty girls. Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm gonna tell you the truth, like, a girl that's really pressing him, like on his back for it, like just thirsty for it. I'm deep down in his soul, like in the innermost darkest parts, he enjoys that. But he's not gonna tell you that because he wants you to like him. He doesn't want you to think that he's impressed by all these girls chasing after him. He wants to seem too cool for school, but the truth is he's not.
Or do you think?
Here's 78 trillion reasons why we all need to become financially literate and understand how the game of money works. There's a movement happening right now that's called the Great Wealth Transfer. And what it is, it's money's moving from empty nesters down to baby boomers and millennials. So this has never been seen before to this magnitude, and it's roughly $78 trillion it's expected to change hands from the empty nesters down to the baby boomers and the baby boomers down to the millennials over the next 20 years or so. There's a whole bunch of different estimates of what that actual number is, but really it's anybody's guess. The point is, there's a lot of money that's going to be changing hands. And if we don't fully understand how money works, then we definitely run the risk of half of it going to the governments in the way of taxes, banks in the way of fees, lawyers, probate, all that kind of stuff. So that $78 trillion can get cut in half just like that. Then also on the other side of that too, if we're not aware of how to utilize those funds once they have them in our hands, unfortunately a lot of people are just going to spend it. I mean, yeah, sure, you gotta live life, but if we're just taking that money to go buy trucks and boats and all that kind of shit, then yeah, then that's thanks Grandma and Grandpa for all the hard work, but now we just got some stuff that we really owe on to impress people we don't even like with the money we didn't really have in the first place. So that's why I think it's incredibly important to understand how the game of money works, so that when all this money lands, and it's already started to happen, that we know how to properly utilize it and move our families forward.
A group of tourists were stunned when they saw the creature, as it looked like nothing they had ever seen before.
Unbelievable animals discovered in Madagascar that are not from Earth. And we're starting off with the Europlatus fanatus. It's the satanic leaf-tailed gecko. I mean, come on. What name do you think's cooler? Not of this world. This gecko was spawned from the fiery pits of hell. Baddest gecko on the planet. Forget the typical gecko you might see like on a car insurance commercial. These things look like they were forged from magma. It gets its nickname for a reason. Its body is shaped like a dead leaf, and it has a tail that looks like it's just been like chewed up and spat out. This is no accident though. The gecko's appearance is its way of blending in with the forest environment of Madagascar. And this gecko has the ability to change color. It's not like a chameleon that shifts through a rainbow of colors, but more like it can match the color and pattern of its surroundings. Again, this helps the gecko avoid being someone else's lunch. Also, those eyes, they're huge, reddish orange, and have vertical pupils, super devilish looking. Their eyes are adapted for low light conditions, helping the gecko hunt for insects in the dimly lit forest. Feeding time for these
That's very interesting.
I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. A person who's comfortable being on their own is a powerful fucking person. If you disrespect them, they'll walk away. If you overstep their boundaries, they'll walk away. You see, a person who's comfortable being all on their own by themselves with no one else keeps their boundaries in place. They keep their standards high, and they won't ever negotiate on their values, ever. See, if you're comfortable being on your own, then you, my friend, become unfuckwithable.
Men do not know how lucky they are when a girl actually likes them.
Something tells me that men are about to be told why that is.
Like, do you know how many unanswered texts I have in my phone?
No, but I'm sure that one is going to try to make that relevant somehow.
From men who I take literal days, if not weeks, to respond to.
I kind of have to wonder about the quality of men that one is so obviously just stringing along what seems for entertainment purposes. What exactly is the benefit to them waiting around for someone who obviously doesn't care enough about them to text them back?
Do you know that the fact I'm responding to you the same business day is a privilege?
A privilege, is it? It's definitely not the word that I would choose.
I don't think they do. I don't think they know.
Well, they definitely know now what a privilege it is to be on someone's roster who only responds to them when they get bored or lonely enough. I wonder, does the same apply to men that keep rosters of women? Or is that somehow different?
Oh, wonderful people. Thanks for watching up to this far. There is a lot of videos always that has passed with good information and some that you need to analyze critically and share what you think in the comment section. Now this video that has passed makes me really wonder how people live in different parts of the world and how people take each other. What do you think about that, man? Is that right? Please share love and respect and caring for one another from wherever you are, man. Spread this message all over this world. We believe we can unite, man, because it's very important and it can help us and even to connect with the universe better when we are one. What do you think? Just keep watching and big up to everybody that has watched and has been making activities in the comment section. You are all loved. Watch till the end. More interesting stuff coming your way.
All right, let's talk numerology and astrology. Do you know your zodiac number? If you're like, what's that? I've got you covered. Your zodiac number in numerology is based on your sun sign in astrology. So, Aries is zodiac number 9, Taurus is zodiac number 6, Gemini is zodiac number 5, Cancer is zodiac number 2, Leo is zodiac number 1, Virgo is zodiac number 5, Libra is zodiac number 6, Scorpio is zodiac number 9, Sagittarius is zodiac number 3, Capricorn is zodiac number 8, gang gang, Aquarius is zodiac number 4, Pisces is zodiac number 7. A quick breakdown of what each number means. Number 1 is the leader. Number 2 is the partner. Number 3 is the creative. Number 4 is the organizer. Number 5 is the adventurer. Number 6 is the lover. Number 7 is the mystic. Number 8 is the boss. Number 9 is the humanitarian. Now you could break it down even further. My birthday is January 17th. So my birth path is 1 + 7 = 8. I am a birth path 8 and a zodiac number 8. Big boss energy. Let's go. Wrap your zodiac number in the comments and let me know if it resonates with you.
That's very creepy because when I think about
Leave women alone.
But men are already doing that. Or hasn't one noticed? But I find it odd that some women want men to leave women alone, except when they need their support in something. And then they complain, why aren't the men speaking up?
Stop telling us what to do with our hair.
Frankly, I cannot remember the last time a man told me what to do with my hair. In my experience, it's almost always some of the women who are so concerned with what other women look like.
Stop telling us what to do with our bodies.
Like what? Don't rack up a high body count because a great many men and women find a high body count rather unappealing. How dare some men tell women to pay attention to their own morality?
Stop telling us how to dress.
Really? From what I've seen, some women should be told that what they're wearing is often inappropriate.
Leave us alone.
And when they finally do, what then will one have to complain about?
It's a nice school of that.
Yo, what if this is how reptilians swap themselves out with people in the industry? This show Secret Invasion has been showing a lot about shapeshifters and reptilians. Check this out.
Bring in Michelle. Americans against Russia. Your dreams are about to come true. Take his face. Now take his mind.
Damn. Cause I actually be wondering, if these music artists or people in the industry are reptilians, how in the world does the reptilian play that person so well? And I'm sure we've all seen the show Inside Job about reptilians. And if you haven't seen it, you definitely want to go check that out. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comments. And also let me know what music artist or person in the industry that you think is a reptilian in the comments as well.
Oh no, that is very creepy.
If you're interested in the cycles of time, potent symbolism, and the wisdom passed down via secret societies, this video is for you. One way we can learn about previous Earth resets is to look at alchemical artwork. The symbol of the phoenix is well known as a symbol of death and rebirth. A growing number of researchers are looking into the possibility that Earth is reset by a cataclysm every 138 years. There are major resets such as the Great Flood mentioned in the Bible and minor resets that occur at a more local area. The last reset allegedly happened in 1902, and one way we can verify this is to research events that happened around about that time, which also included unusual sky phenomena. If you look through newspaper archives from the year 1902, you can find such evidence. Anthemius Kircher was a German Jesuit scholar and polymath born in 1602 who published around 40 major works of comparative religion, geology and medicine. He has been compared to fellow Jesuit Leonardo da Vinci for his vast range of interests. This drawing of his gives us a major clue that he knew a thing or two about cycles of time and hints at how the Earth is reset every 138 years. Here we see the double-headed phoenix on top of the world. The phoenix can be likened to the governor of time of the realm, as we see a reference to time and the zodiac. For the most part, the picture looks symmetrical, except for one pattern break on the right side. We see a line extending from the phoenix and pointing to the line that is along the number 138. On the right side we see Pisces, the two fish, and then we see the water bearer representing the age of Aquarius. Is this the prediction of the shift from the age of Pisces represented by the two fish of the Bible into the age of Aquarius, the water bearer? Is the year 2040, which is 138 years from the year 1902, the official mark of the transition between these two ages as indicated by the phoenix here? What do you think? Comment and let me know, and if you're interested in more videos like this, be sure to subscribe.
I'm in my 60s. People think that no one looks at you anymore. And the truth of the matter is, I have just as many people who want to sleep with me now as I ever did. There isn't that thing when you walk in the room that every guy goes, ooh, because you're not as easy as you were when you were young. And men recognize that's why they don't look at you as much. It's not because you're not as hot. You're not as easy to... And you're not as easy to get rid of, and you're not as easy to keep quiet. You're not as easy to dump afterwards. You're not as easy to be a side piece. It's not that you're not as hot. You're hotter. Because you're more relaxed. You're less concerned about, do I look great? You know you look great. It's not because you're not as anything. It's just because you're not as easy.
Oh, easy prey.
Tell me about something that will forever blow your mind. The Reddit lamp story. The Reddit lamp story was posted by a guy whose username was Tempto2Soon, and this was posted on January 11th of 2012. He was a college football player. He weighed about 125 pounds. One day he's playing football and he's blindsided by a really heavy football player. He says the guy weighs about 325 pounds. He's instantly knocked unconscious. While he was laying there unconscious, he said that he met this beautiful young woman. Whenever he'd see her, his heart would skip a beat. She always seemed to be taken. She had a few really jerky boyfriends, and he just couldn't quite get her attention. Finally, he's able to win her over. And then with just 2 years of them being together, she gets pregnant. She gives birth to a little girl. He has a really great job. His wife doesn't have to work. She gets to stay home and take care of their daughter. Not long after his daughter's born, his wife gets pregnant again, and she gives birth to a little boy this time. He mentions every morning when he's heading out of the door for work, he would peek into his kids' room. He would see them laying in bed, and he would just be completely mesmerized. So happy and in love with his family. Until one day, when he's sitting on the sofa, he looks over across the room at his lamp. He says the lamp is inverted. The lamp was still in 3D, but something was just really off about it. He just could not stop staring at this lamp. He stayed up all night staring at this lamp. The next morning, he couldn't even leave the house to go to work. He completely stopped eating, and he only got up from the sofa to use the bathroom. For 3 entire days, he just sat there staring at this lamp. His wife started to get really worried about him, and she called somebody over to come and check on him. That didn't help, and he just couldn't stop staring at this lamp. His wife got really annoyed by this, so she gathered up their 2 kids and left to go stay at her parents' house. And that's when he had this epiphany. The lamp isn't real. His wife isn't real. The kids aren't real. The last 10 years of his life, they're not real. That's when the lamp started to grow wider and deeper. It took up his entire perspective, and all he could see was the color red. He was hearing all kinds of noise. He started to hear loud screams, and he became extremely aware of pain. all he could feel was so much pain. And the first words that he's heard himself say in days, "I'm missing teeth." That's when he realizes that he's laying down on his back on the sidewalk and he's surrounded by a bunch of people that he doesn't know. These people around him were freaking out and he was super confused. He didn't know what was going on. The cops show up and drag him across the ground. They lay him face down in the grass and arrest him. He ends up getting taken to the hospital and they give him CT scans and stuff. The next 3 years, he ends up going through an extreme amount of depression. He's mourning the loss of his wife and his children. His entire life is gone. He thought he was losing his mind. He would cry himself to sleep every night. He said he would still see his wife in his dreams, and sometimes, out of the corner of his eye, he could see his son. And that's what brings us back around to the original Reddit question. Have you ever felt a deep personal connection to a person you met in a dream, only to wake up and feel terrible because you realized they never existed?
What? Has it ever happened to you? Oh my God!
It's in this drink that my wife gave me. But for the last hour and a half, I've been trying to finish this drink. Every sip, I get all fucked up. And not in a bad way. I'm talking about in a giggly, happy kid way. She infused the next. She was like, "No, there ain't no liquor in there." I'm like, can't be. God damn it. What the fuck is this? My wife done dosed me. See, y'all, I don't think you understand. Like we sound like chemists over here. Like this could be mushrooms. This could be mushrooms and bud. This could just be bud. It's not even 12.
Now, if you guys watch this video closely, you look like some guys just found some spirit or a witch on the street at night. But the reality could be totally different than that. Maybe this girl who's walking home alone got scared and trying to protect herself from these guys, so she's acting like a spirit or a witch, so they just run away. This video is apparently from India. If any Indian anime follower knows something about it, please write in comment.
Oh my God.
You may be familiar with a man named Bob Lazar, one of, if not the first, to come forward with inside leaks about the secret government UFO programs. He claimed to have been hired in the late 1980s to reverse engineer purported extraterrestrial technology at what he described was a secret site called S4, a site similar to, and rather close to, Area 51. He described that he had access to a recovered UFO ship and for several years was attempting to discover the secrets of how it worked. Lazar claimed that the propulsion of the studied vehicle was fueled by the chemical element with the atomic number 115, known today as Moscovium, or E-115, which at the time was named unumpentium, since it hadn't been created yet. However, it was first synthesized in 2003 by a joint team of Russian and American scientists for real. He said that the propulsion system relied on a stable isotope of E-115, which supposedly generated a gravity wave after being excited by livermorium, element 116, during proton bombardment. He argued that the decay products brought about by the reaction between the two elements would include gravitons, a hypothetical quantum particle that is thought to be responsible for gravity. In his new Netflix documentary, he used the analogy that the craft is kind of like a bowling ball. If you were to put a ball onto a piece of fabric or your bed sheet and then proceeded to push down on the areas around it, the bowling ball would fall forward into the bends and gaps that you create around it. In this way, the craft would kind of just fall through space by distorting space-time around it, like in a continuous rolling motion. This is what allowed the vehicle to fly and to evade visual detection by bending light around it. He said it levitated silently, and when it was activated, he was unable to even put his hand on it, because the force would repel his hand away like a strong gravitational field. According to intel that he received while at S4,
This is the story that I've heard. I've heard this from somebody else that knows the person. But this has been told in great detail with tears in the eyes.
Yeah.
Here we go. Girls in Russia where they're friends. She's out at the club, the DJ's bumping. Across the floor, she sees a nice guy, leather jacket, slick hair back, maybe even has glasses on, smiles at her. Bing! So what does she do? She dances near him. Chemistry's going crazy. Turns her around. What are you doing after this? I'm with my girls tonight. He goes, what are you doing after that?
Where did you get
She
this
goes,
energy?
I think we should hang out. And he goes, here's my number. Come to my place after. Ditch your friends. Now, the girls go back to the house, and the girl's like, oh my God, are you seriously going to a stranger's house? And the girl's like, girl, that's crazy. And the girl's like, yeah, but he's hot, and I'm trying to get laid tonight. And the girl's like, okay, I got an idea. Here's the key to the room. If you need to leave, just say, oh my God, my girls are stuck. Here's my key. I gotta go open the door for them. Now she calls the guy. Hello. Hey, where you at? My house. Here's the address. Come over.
Don't go there.
So he goes to the address of the house. This is where things started to get a little creepy. They're having a great time. And he goes, let me give you a massage. So he's massaging her, right? With some lotion, and something in her heart was like, I think I need to leave. Like something in my heart's telling me I should go. He just keeps massaging her arms now with that lotion. He's like pulling in. He's like just massaging her. And he starts kissing her. And he's like, goes up to the neck, and then she's just like, I don't know if I, oh, I have my friend's keys. I gotta go. He's like, no, come on, stay for breakfast. He goes, it's like almost the morning time while we have breakfast together. You could hang out afterwards. And she's like, no, I gotta leave. So she leaves. She's telling her girlfriends, and after she tells her girlfriend, she goes, oh, I gotta shower. I gotta get this shit off me because I just feel gross. I feel like something weird was happening. The next day, she has like a rash on her neck and on her arm. And she's like, that's kind of weird. Goes back to the States. The rash gets worse. So she goes to the doctor. The doctor runs a test on her, and they look at her in the face and they go, do you have any family members that we could have come here to the office? And she's like, oh my God, why? We would love to give you the information, but from the state of where it's at, we need a loved one with you. The loved one comes. They open the door. What happened? They go, this seems that the lotion that gentleman put on you is the lotion that cannibals put on bodies to decay the skin.
Oh.
So it's easier for you to eat. She was the breakfast that he wanted.
Is this a real fucking story?
Could you believe the audacity that this guy foreshadowed
Yeah.
what was going to happen? He said, no, he goes, don't leave, stay for breakfast.
Now that's a creepy story. Oh my God.